Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to GB Gaming. Today, we are going to be looking at Star Trek Infinities. And joining me is, of course, the wonderful Max Loef. Hey, Max.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Now, it's been a little while since we've looked at Infinities, and this is for a number of reasons, really. The primary reasons among them being that there have been two pretty major updates to Stellaris since we had a last look, haven't there? I think there's been the Heinlein update, which came a little while ago, and then more recently, as you can see here, the Adams update.
Yeah, Adams I think was a small bug fix patch, or I'm not sure. Oh well. And I know it came with the Utopia expansion, and that was the big thing.
Yeah, and that's what kind of that's what forced you to have a little bit of a minor rebuild of the mod, isn't it?
Yeah, a minor would be a good word, but also allowed us to do a lot of cool new things and things that aren't ready yet entirely, but in progress, I guess.
Well, I'm sure we'll see them in time. But what we thought we'd do is we thought we would show you the initial menu, and then maybe we'd just pop into a game for just a couple of minutes in order to have a look at a few of the races that have been added since we last had a look. Now, last time we looked, I think we had the Federation and the Romulans, and we had a little bit of a fight with each other, didn't we?
Yeah, I think that was all that was in the game at that point, wasn't it?
I think it was, yes. I think we'd started, or you'd started production of Klingon assets, but you hadn't got any in-game to show off.
Well, interesting to note, by the way, before you click that shiny button, I know you're itching there, is that we've kept pretty quiet in the public eye for a while now, and there's a very good reason for them. We were just adding a lot of content. There were also some real-life restrictions, of course, because, you know,
yep.
Modding doesn't pay the bills.
Modders have full-time jobs, most of them.
Yeah.
That or they're disgusting students, one of the two.
I miss my student days.
Yeah, me too, buddy. You and me both.
But yeah, that was kind of the reason we've been a bit quiet. But like Chris said, the last video we did was when there was very little content. But if you would be so kind as to click that new game button.
I can press the shiny button now.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so this is what we are faced with. You will notice immediately, ladies and gentlemen, that after months of me complaining bitterly about the fact that the UI was green, it has now been moved to a lovely dusty blue that I quite like. So thanks for that, Max.
I don't thank me for that. That was Hobbs's job work right there. He did a great job on the UI. He's also the one that actually, if you could actually go back to the main menu real quick.
I can.
If you look at the buttons at the top right, those are actually functional. He added those as well, and also the buttons at the bottom, which are
these fellows over here.
No, to the left.
Oh, the eras.
Yeah, they're basically, they now show all the eras, but basically, once the mod releases, you'll only have the first button. And basically, with each as the mod progresses, we add more buttons to it, so you know which eras there are installed.
Would I be correct in thinking that this Era 2, the 5 Years' War, would that be what we would otherwise call perhaps Axanar?
That would absolutely be what we would call Axanar/Discovery, although we are following the aesthetic style of Axanar and not of actual Discovery. But we do have the Discovery in there, although slightly redesigned.
Please be aware, ladies and gentlemen, that we are not in control of Ares Studios, and therefore we won't get sued. Anyway.
However, we do work closely together with them.
I think I'm really looking forward to all the eras, but the Lost Era, I think, is going to be nice and interesting. I think that's going to be a good one. It doesn't get enough exposure.
Honestly, man, I think all eras are going to be very interesting for you, as long as you get to play as a Cardassian.
There is that. There is that. These buttons up here, of course, will take you to the ModDB page, should you want to keep current with updates.
Actually, they go to the Mod of the Year page from last year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, where we became, there we go, second.
Oh, there we are. And that means you can look at other amazing mods as well, such as...
Exactly.
What came first? Use on Vong at War. And, of course...
Ask Lavo about that mod.
I will be sure to do so in the future. I do remember playing... did I play Use on Vong at War? No, I don't think I've played that, but I've certainly had a look at it, and it looks very interesting. And then I think there's the old Editor's Choice jib-jab as well over here.
Yeah. Where we became, I think we were mentioned as honourable mention, I think.
Honourable dickheads.
Oh no, best upcoming.
Best upcoming.
Oh yeah, that was back from when we were still a TNG era mod.
Oh, the Cardassians that never were.
Oh, they will.
Anyhow. Do these?
Let's go back.
Okay.
Let's go to the new game.
So what have we got now? We have the United Federation of Planets, which we've seen before, so we won't be going into these guys. We've got the Klingon Emperor.
Yeah, Klingon's very fancy.
They've got a full ship and station list now as well, haven't they? So
yes, they do.
We will perhaps have a look at that. We've got the Romulans, who we've already seen.
Yes.
Now, all of this down here is new, which is absolutely fantastic.
The one up right under the Romulans is also very interesting. Is the Xindi. We
have the Xindi.
Placeholder icon there, people. Don't mind that.
Yeah, that needs to move just a smidgen, and then it'll be okay. We've got the Xindi. We've got the Bajorans.
Well, let me give you a short explanation of what these are. So we have 3 categories of races in Star Trek Infinities. You have the major races, which are Federation, Klingon, Romulan, with 1 addition coming later.
I know. I'm waiting for it.
Then there's minor races, which are going to be the Xindi, the Suliban and Ferengi, at least in this build. The Ferengi are not in yet, and neither the Suliban. Although for the Suliban and the Ferengi, we have all the ships ready.
I was just looking for the Suliban then. I was scrolling down looking for them.
And I think Tholians are going to be added later as well as a minor race. These ships will have these races will have unique ship sets, but will not have unique station set or technology sets. So they will be semi-generic. And then there's the rubber forehead of the weak alien, rubber forehead alien of the weak aliens, or like Temerians, the Denobulans, Antarans, Cretaceans, Lesepians, the Bolians. They'll have generic ship sets, as you can see here. You also see that their starting technology is indigenous weapons, and I think it would be really nice, Chris, if a bit later in the video we could actually show how the indigenous weapon system that we have works, because it's actually a really unique system that we have.
Now, one thing I do know about these ships, and I'm sure we'll see this very, very shortly, is you can see that, say, that the Children of Tama here, they've got a very greyed out ship. This is the same generic ship set as the Denobulans use in order to save on memory space, but they are a different colour, so it gives you a bit of differentiation.
Yes, it is.
So you effectively know what race it is. That's pretty cool. I haven't seen another mod do that at this point, so it's nice to see that you're still what's the word? Innovating.
If you, for example, look at the Antarans, which is above the ones you've got selected now. Right now, look at the blue stripes on the hull, and then click the Lesepians.
Oh, and they've now got greenish stripes.
Exactly.
That's very cool, and I can see that there's a lot of attention to detail here with regards to the portraits and I believe the flags as well. Are they all correct?
Some of them are generic because they don't have a canon flag, but those who do have a canon flag, we try to get a canon flag one.
Such as the Ferengi here. Now, the Ferengi don't have their ship set yet, so do ignore that. If you take a look on the ModDB page, which will of course be in the link in the description, you will see a lot of the Ferengi ships. I don't think
half of what we've got.
Damn, girl! I don't think the stations are finished for the Ferengi quite yet, are they? But they're getting there.
No, they're not yet.
One thing that I do note is you've had a good go at trying to include kind of like the correct characteristics for races.
Yes.
Which I quite like. Say, for example, you've got wasteful, industrious, and charismatic for the Ferengi. If we move down to, the Gorn. Here we go, the Gorn Homogeny. Very strong, resilient, wasteful, and they're also deviants, as we well know.
They've got a police state with slaver guilds.
Ooh, sounds lovely. Delicious. And they are fanatic militarist, which is rather unsurprising given what they're like. And of course, they are on that world with a single rock that only the Gorn can throw.
Exactly. If you scroll down, you'll see actually a bunch of more unique races. Some interesting ones. The Tholians right there are very interesting as well. They have a very unique portrait. They have to have transparency on there, which is actually really interesting to get going.
Oh, nice. Are you planning to give them a unique ship set?
Yes,
also?
Tholians
nice.
are one of those as well.
Okay, and then you've got probably the Suliban somewhere around here.
Not yet, but if you scroll down, you'll see the Alachi as well, and they're a hive mind. But you can't play as them because you don't have the DLC.
I'm not allowed to click on them. So you require the DLCs in order to get the hive mind, do you?
Yes, so we do recommend that everybody does get DLC because it just adds so much. The hive minds, they're the Alachi collective consciousness that basically use other races as food.
I'd like to confirm that Paradox aren't paying me for this. So if you do go ahead and buy the DLC, ladies and gentlemen, then I would I'd send a quick message to Paradox directly, ideally to their customer services department, and let them know that I sent you because I got to get paid.
If not, mention me. I want to get paid too.
What? But you're Dutch. You don't need money.
Right.
Just get high and everything's okay, right?
Yeah, of course. Get high in front of a cop. I think we should start out as the Klingons real quick to show some of that off.
Okay.
Be a bad idea?
Now you're going to have. Let's press start.
Let's go for a medium map. Set the races to AI Empires to max. I think.
Where?
Actually, no. AI Empire now at the top. A little slider on your elliptical. Let's see how many we can set that. Yeah, set it to max. Now reduce the advanced to 0 and the fallen empires to 0.
Okay.
Yeah, the neat part is now, Chris, you're now going to have a map with only Star Trek races.
That is awesome, and it's kind of high time that we did that, really, isn't it? I think the stock races were still in there before, and because they had weapons that could spin around all over the shop.
And race and ship types. What we're going to do is downswing. Is we're not going to allow you to create custom races.
That's reasonable.
The systems we've got in place don't allow for it, and well, we've got just so. Forgot about that.
That Klingon dude is indeed the Emperor.
You're right. Yes.
Right. You have.
It's pronounced that Klingon dude.
Dude. You, of course, have access to all the beautiful developer buttons. We'll just take a look at these corvettes first, which are they reflective of the Goroth bomber? I think the.
Well, the Goroth ship from Enterprise.
Was it kind of like a captain's yacht in Enterprise?
That was actually surprisingly big.
Oh, okay.
It had escape pods. I don't think a yacht has escape pods. Now, if you look at the starbase, you might recognize the starbase from Star Trek Commander 3's Nemesis expansion. It's because
I did bad.
The starbase was designed for Infinities and
I'm trying to get to it.
When Bane asked me for a starbase.
Q doesn't work. Q doesn't work.
Double click on it. On the base itself, not on the little like.
This is good enough.
There we go. Now you can rotate. Yeah, the base itself was designed for Infinities, and when Bane said that he needed an older Klingon starbase, it was supposed to look menacing. I thought like, well, this is going to be perfect. It's both mods, and it looks amazing. Created by the amazing Undying Nephilim, as is pretty much all Klingon content.
It is indeed.
With the exception of one ship, it's all by him.
What's the ship that that hasn't been made by him?
Klingon Bird of Prey, and that was built by the late Amagosa.
That was built by Amagosa, yeah. Now I do notice that the science ship here is quite similar to the bombers.
But if you look closely, if you could zoom in on the Corvette first.
Oh God.
Oh. Yeah, I'm asking you to zoom. It's difficult, I know.
As you can tell, ladies and gentlemen, I play Stellaris all the time.
If you zoom in on that one, and if you look at the top, you see that little big glowing thing, like in front of the quote-unquote bridge window.
That's
center palette. If you see the little white lights as well on the front.
Yeah.
Is there? It's that's where the weapon ports would be on the thing. They're now spotlights, and also at the bottom you have also the big scanning dish.
Oh yeah.
When you scan planets, it will actually come from there. It's like beep, 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 beep.
Very nice indeed, and of course, so it's got a slightly different general outlook to these fellows over here. So let's just zoom in. Yes, it has indeed, as you can see.
Torpedo port. That's got torpedo ports and weapon ports instead of that.
Oh, in fact, is that actually a mesh difference as well? Because these seem to be indented. Oh, that's really cool.
Now, there's a construction ship as well, which is interesting to look at.
Okay. Do I need to build one of those?
It's right there. It's right.
I wish I was good at Stellaris. I really do. Oh, here it is. Let's take a look at this fella. That is... Oh, I recognise this. Is this the Raptor design?
Close. It's D5. D5 tanker variant. I felt like that would work as a construction ship.
Oh, and there it is. You can see its cool little jibby jabby bays at the bottom there. Jibby jabby bays.
If you keep this selected and zoom out and build a station somewhere, that should be interesting.
Okay, I remember how to do that.
Right there on Praxis, there's a science station. If you click on now, zoom in. Right click on Praxis.
Okay, I'm there.
Build research station.
All right, we'll do it. We'll do it.
And might want to.
I've got to unpause, yeah.
I noticed that with the latest updates, Stellaris added a really neat animation when constructing. Constructs it a bit high above it because it's a moon of a planet, but
go on, son.
It's already visible, mate. You zoom slightly out. You should. There it is.
Oh, here it is. Let's take a look at this.
It's under construction. Yeah, it's not going to work like that. It's going to have to be a weird zoomy thing.
So it just it kind of feels. This is very like Sins actually.
It's better than Sins. It fills it out. It's like it swoops over it. If you look at the bottom now, you see that the mesh is actually just like swooping over it.
Oh yeah. That's nice actually.
So I did that with ship construction.
Did it do this before?
No, that was added with the latest patch.
Ooh.
With one of those really neat little features.
Ooh la la, as they say. So,
as the weirdo Frenchies say.
So you have a bunch of console commands for me, so we can just take a look at the ship lineup if that sounds good.
All right. If you will go to your research at the top, and you can go to engineering research,
Okay.
and then let's see, research frigate.
Yep.
And if you press the tilde key next to the one,
there it is.
there's finish_research.
Research.
Enter. Right
Done.
now, select a new research by getting rid of the menu and then hit the destroyer and then hit it again. Up arrow should do the trick.
Oh.
Go.
So we want to do this a few times, don't we?
Yeah. However, you do want to keep going, but I think after the heavy cruiser, you need to research a physicist thing.
Okay. Well, we'll get rid of this. Let's take a look at physics. Would it be rapid fire disruptors?
That's not this, but it's part of what you need, though.
All right. Well, we'll take that. So let's finish the research on that.
All right. And then the heavy beam disruptor is the one you need.
Heavy beam disruptors. So let's bang that out.
And now you can research the battleship. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, there it is, the battleship. And of course,
The battleship requires the heavy thingies. You might want to research those point defense ones and the physics as well. Yeah.
A lot of these technologies won't actually be in
they'll be
main
gone.
release. Ah, here we are.
There we go. We'll be substituting them with different researchers.
So that's probably all the research that we need for the time being, but we could
Yes.
probably do with some resources. couldn't
Cash, and minerals.
we? So I just write cash, do I?
Yeah. Minerals. You're already at the
Nice.
max, mate. And then instant underscore or instant build. I think if you press tab on instant. Tab.
Yeah, look at that. So we've got instant build on as well. So
Build one of all the ship types and you'll be able to see them.
That sounds like a plan to me. I can't remember how to do it, but here we are. And these are the standard ones. You can, of course, change them to your...
Yeah, they don't have names yet as well. It's just a nameless. It's something we'll do real quick.
We've already seen the
Already
Corvette,
got
the
Corvette.
construction and science. So let's go frigate, destroyer, raider, heavy cruiser, and a battleship. We've seen the Corvettes.
Yes.
And
Oh, there they go. They just appeared. Might want to move them away for the station so they don't get that weird ass blue glow on them.
okay. Oh,
Oh, that's good. You have to select it. You have to select the fleet.
it's in my way.
Well, that's Stellaris for you.
And I've paused, and here they are. Oh, they've all
Actually,
joined.
I was mistaken. There's another ship that's not by Undying Nephilim. That D4 battleship was modelled by Connor. By Killer
This
BC.
one here.
No, the one at the back.
Oh, the D4. Excuse me, that's the D5.
Yeah, they're the one that you've got the camera on the right side now.
This isn't the one that he was stressing about because of the UI, the UV map.
Which one?
Connor's one. Yeah.
Yeah, I had to UV that as usual
Yeah,
on texture.
I thought you did. Yeah, I seem to remember him being like, I don't know about that. It just never got done. Right, so let's take a look at these ships individually. Now I can.
You can, if you double click on the ships, you can actually zoom in on them individually.
Ah, nice. Well, I suppose we should do it via size, really, shouldn't we? So what's our frigate?
Yeah, that's the frigate there.
So that'll be the D4 we were just talking about.
No, that's the that's not the D4. That's the L something we named it. It's by Undying Nephilim. It's based off of a ship that was only seen as Lyneth's ship, I think, in Enterprise. Barely ever seen on screen, but it's a really nice little ship. And
I think this is the first one he did for us, isn't it?
Yes, it is actually.
I remember just getting his work through and you showing me, and I was blown away by it. It's really, really nice work.
Right, if that's a field the Royal frigate. You know, it's a little fast attack ship. It's a bit dark in this because of the star, but you know, be fine in other situations.
Yeah. Now,
and there's the.
With regards to ships like this, I presume you have different ships moving in different ways, as you normally do in Stellaris.
Yes,
so,
you do.
this guy will probably zip around everywhere, will he?
Exactly. They will act similar to the Corvette in a chase mode, where it will attack a target, then move away, attack a target, then move away, because of the weapon angle limits that we've got.
Okay.
Unlike the stock game where it's all 360. Now this is the Raptor.
This is the proper Raptor. Yep.
Which is the second ship done by Neff. Oh look, it's a comet.
A fierce plume of flame sears the heavens.
Of Kronos.
As a comet skirts the upper stratosphere. The sheer power evident in its cosmic.
You
weirdo. Enough of that.
Comet.
Comet, yes. Big light sky. Kill it. Must have tribbles on. But yes, here we go. So this is a this is a destroyer. It destroys things. That's probably evident from its name.
It's like Panzerfaust. It's Faust Panzers.
So what kind of role does this fine fellow tend to do?
This is a nice one to take out. It helps take out larger ships. You can send this after big battleships because it can outmaneuver them.
I see.
Outspeed.
We've got to have a cruiser next, haven't we?
Yeah. The Klingons don't have a cruiser; they have a raider, which is a bit different. This is also the model I talked about. This is the model by the late Chris Knight / Armagosa.
I have a vague memory of this.
Yeah, he built it ages ago.
I mean the design itself, like the class.
Yeah, it was in Star Trek Enterprise a lot. It's extremely heavily armed for its size, and I felt that the Klingons, well, they didn't really have a cruiser specific, so I felt like let's create a separate class for them, which also creates a bit more asymmetrical gameplay, and thus the Raider was born. The Raider
nice.
will fill the larger bird of prey role in the Klingon fleet. So, for example, the Covort in the TNG era.
I see.
Yeah, the Covort in basically the last 4 eras, because Klingon ships be used as ships forever.
They do seem to.
And this basically it has the maneuverability of a destroyer and the speed of a destroyer, the firepower of a cruiser, but unfortunately it has the health of something in between the destroyer and a cruiser.
Now we'll take a look at that. The hull points on this are 1,100. The destroyer is 600 at the moment.
It's not balanced yet.
Oh right, you haven't done that. I was just about to tell you off then.
But then we have a heavy cruiser right there, which is the D5, because I'm just going to completely gloss over what you just said.
Max likes it when I whinge. It's one of his favourite things.
It's beautiful. This is a D5 battleship, heavy cruiser, absolute beast. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that there are significant differences between the D5 tanker and the D5 heavy cruiser.
The blobby blobs.
Well, no blobby blobs, but turret underneath is actually structural differences. It has different wings.
Oh, okay.
It's got a different. It has a longer neck. It's got a little skirt. If you look at the top view, and right next to the big red glowy thing, there's 2 little skids next to the.
I see them here.
Yeah, and well, the neck's longer. There are more pipes along the hull, and well, the wings are different. And also, if you look at the front, it has a red slit, which the tanker doesn't have.
Oh god, it's a Cylon.
And if you look at the back, and it's got 3 impulse engines instead of 2.
Ah, I see. And also, I have noted that it is ribbed for my pleasure.
Definitely. For yours and hers.
Now, last but not least, in this ship lineup,
Klingon ladies need a good ribbon.
We've got the
and of course, we have the very Klingon named Klingon Fenway class, because it's very Klingon.
It is extremely Klingon.
This is basically the D4. It's it is what it is. It's the precursor to the D7. This was supposed to show up in Enterprise, but didn't because they ran out of time or budget. John Eves designed this ship, but then they decided, hey, let's be lazy and use a Tinga in the show instead. So in this was supposed to show up. It's a bit more primitive.
Engines are somewhat different, though, aren't they?
It's primitive. It's more primitive.
Now these engines, I quite like these engines because they allude to the is it the D6 from the Axonar era?
The D6 is a brilliant mix between the D4 and the D5 in Axonar. It's absolutely
and it seems to have it has a ring of 3 of these, doesn't it? It gives it a more rounded back, and I really like that design. In fact, there's a lot to be said overall for this type of design, isn't there?
I know, it's lovely, isn't it? I can't wait to get the Tinga in game.
Well, I think one thing that might be nice for us to do, because we've been jabbering for a while, is we're just going to make them fight with another fleet.
Yeah.
So
I need 3 corvettes.
Have I made 3?
I think they might be actually moving, and then you make. Yeah, they're moving towards the fleet. You might want to just stop them from doing that.
Right, can we make them their own fleet?
In order to do that is you go to the right, see the rally points.
Hang on, I'm just getting rid of the naughty boys over there. That's
if you go to the right, you've got rally point first fleet. You've got to turn that off. On the very right. Right.
You're not helping.
Right, down. Stop. You went too far.
Ah!
You click that, and then you see at the left menu there's a little a flag at the top.
Yes.
And click that. There you go.
Okay, that won't happen anymore.
And now you've got to merge those two fleets together by dragging the ships, or do that. Put them in orbit of Kronos, or else they won't join together.
So I've got to go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting
one
there.
frigate.
I'm just waiting for them to be in orbit. All right, we're good. One of those.
Yep.
One of those.
Yep.
One of those. One of those. And one of them.
Yep. Right now, make sure that they'll go to reasonably close distance, and then
bring them over here.
The console command would be attack all fleets.
Wait for it, ladies and gentlemen. We're actually going to follow the other fleet.
Because that's the first one, it's the original.
Yeah.
Duh.
That's my boy. My boy. There's Jimmy and his friends.
And of course, the Fenway class. Very, very Klingon. Fenway!
Fenway. Right, and it's attack all fleets, all one word.
Yes.
Hope you're taking note of these console commands, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go!
Very useful. Work in multiplayer though. Oh, there they go.
So let's zoom in a little bit and watch them go.
Also note that the starbase is shooting at our science ships.
Oh well. Now you can see that the bloom has been toned down just a smidge from last time.
Yeah, they still need a bit of tweaking. The beams need slightly more bloom and the pulse needs slightly less. It's still being worked on, but honestly, we've been focusing. The graphical refinement like this will be is still being worked on. It's still a long process to go. We're still looking for scripters, by the way, for those whoever's willing to help.
Okay.
We're doing quite alright in the graphics department at the moment, but anyone who's decent with Photoshop would actually be a great help.
It looks to me like the first fleet is definitively winning this battle so far.
But things can change rather well, rather quickly.
They can. You can see that all the ships move with varying different speeds. Oh, fleet suffered casualties.
Yeah, it's the science ships that died when the starbase started shooting at it. As you'll see that the bird of prey has actually moved off and is now turning about.
Yeah, I see it over there.
Now it's coming in because if the radar actually had all the weapons on it, it would also have good defense weapons. I'm not sure if it has them at the moment.
Oh, it's getting ruined now. Look at this. Oh, there it goes. So we've got two 1K fleets now, squaring off.
There you go, copyright strike.
Honk, 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 honk.
Also as well, these, like some mods use, for weapons, they just use a single picture. For torpedoes, we've actually got animated torpedoes. They actually animate through the particle system.
Oh, nice.
And they're absolutely beautiful to look at.
It is looking really good. The sounds are great. The
I can't hear those, though.
You'll just have to trust me. I know you haven't heard them before, being as you've never played them.
I know. Being as I've never played this mod before. Oh, looks like it's one fleet down to 500. This is exciting.
Oh, the first fleet is winning, you see.
See, this is where it gets interesting. Because a fleet might be exactly the same, but your initial attack position can make a huge difference on how the battle's going to go.
And I think that's part of the reason that you've decided to introduce movement like this, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
There are notable ships that don't move, like all the Klingon ones do, I think, because of the nature of their weapons, but...
Yeah, I'm considering of making the battleships sit more and back, or make that player
I know
choice.
the Yorktowns do that, don't they, for the Feds?
Yeah, they have the option. I think both the Klingons and the Federation have the option for the battleships to either sit in the back, and kind of just go like pew, 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 or that they orbit like these, and I'm thinking of changing the way it orbits as well.
I think that's really all we need to see from the Klingons.
Yes.
For the time being. So let's.
I think some completely unknown neutral things might be interesting to have a look at.
Yeah, we'll have a quick look at one or two of those, and then I'll let you get to bed because I know you've got a pretty early start, haven't you?
Well, waking up at 5 AM is just fine.
All right. Well, I think it's probably wise for us to look at the Zindi, isn't it?
No, actually, not really.
You don't want to look at the Zindi? Oh, well, I do.
No, because I want to keep the Zindi just hidden for now.
You sneaking that one, huh?
Mm-hmm.
We're not looking
let's
at
do your most favourite faction of all time. Should we?
Oh, that's all stayed the same. Good.
That's beautiful, isn't it?
Well, one thing that we probably should do, shut up, Bajoran, is let's go to. How do I go to the galaxy? No, stop it. Galaxy map. How can I reveal the entire galaxy map?
By pressing by typing the command observe, but you might want to do it later after we've shown the stuff.
Okay.
Because you will lose control of the faction.
I don't like the idea of that. Okay, so let's take a look at your initial starting ships, which are here.
Now this is the Bajoran system accurately, however, for some reason the naming of it is a bit borked at the moment. But it's one of the biggest systems in the game and one of the most systems that has the most resources. So yeah, I can imagine why the Cardassians would take that over.
Yeah, well, Bajoran had loads and loads of moons, as did all of its planets.
Yep.
And there they are, yeah, moons everywhere.
We're actually going to add in one more thing at the very end of the system, and that's an asteroid belt.
Ah, nice. Yes, which of course it did happen.
An Aureus belt.
And here we have some. Are these called Pericans?
Yeah, Pericans. Well, now they're called Delta for some reason. Probably because it's using the Federation name list at the moment.
I see. So these are kind of like the Corvette/fighter that Bajoran and a few other races use.
Now, one thing I want you to go is I want you to go to our little magnifying glass at the left in the ships themselves.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Now, I want you to hover over their weapons and see what it says.
Let's take a look. This says Laser Emitter Mark 1, and we also have a Chemical Rocket Mark 1, which are, I presume, they're quite basic weapons, really.
Yeah, I think we might want to do a bit more advanced weaponry research. So if you could start the game, that would pressing play, that would be nice.
All right, let's see what we
can do. The research, there's the energy waveform study.
That sounds like a great idea.
Just let that finish because it's very short research. It only takes a month. You might want to just fast forward the game.
Oh. How do I do that?
The plus button.
Oh, okay.
Once that skips, and normal speed. Look, just read that.
We've recently found new ways of amplifying our laser emitters and torpedoes. However, there is a downside. Despite our high budget to the research, we only have the option of researching one of these energy types. Each has a distinct advantage and disadvantage, and we can have the option of tetryon weaponry, disruptor weaponry, or phaser weaponry. So each of these, I imagine, do they have different benefits, different fire rates, etc.?
Yes, they will. What we've got now is we're going to add a few more options. I think we're going to add spiral wave weaponry.
My babies.
And possibly Polaron weaponry, but Polaron's a bit more advanced. Might be reserved for a particular race that's coming later.
Yes, I don't know who they would be.
Tetryon weaponry will be more effective against shields. Disruptor weaponry will be more effective against hull, and phaser is the fine balance between both.
It's the jack of all trades. Much like the Federation.
It's insidious, isn't it?
Yes. Prune juice.
Just like the Federation. Prune juice. Oh, come on, Chris. Shame yourself. Shame on you.
Is it not prune juice? Root beer, that's the one. Prune juice is Worf's tipple of choice, isn't it?
Warrior's drink.
Warrior's drink, yes indeed. I'm getting old. I don't watch TV anymore.
You should be drinking prune juice then.
I sit in the corner masturbating. That's like my life now. Anyway.
Aww. Sad.
Mind you, I live alone now, so I suppose I could start doing it in the middle of the room.
If there are any women out there that want to do this for Chris, call now. 0900.
0900. Borka Cardassian.
Also ribbed for your pleasure.
Right then. I presume these all have different visual cues. The disruptor weaponry, I would assume, is quite similar to the Klingon.
It's green, yes, and the Tetryon's blue, and phaser is orange.
I want to go with blue.
Right. That unlocks the research. And if you look at your ships, if you actually if you go to your starbase,
Okay. Start.
And actually select your fleet. Sorry, I was being stupid.
Got it.
And click the upgrade ship button. Oh, it didn't automatically upgrade.
What does that
Well, then go to your ship designer. It should.
Ship design. Is that up here?
Yeah. You're right. Up under more. Ship designer.
Ship design. There it is. F10.
And go to the Corvette. And then go to the beams.
I see him.
See a human Tetrium Beam 1. There you go, at the bottom.
Tetrium Beam 1.
Doesn't have the right icon as of yet.
Have they gone in?
Yeah, they have gone in. If you hover over them, it should say it now. The icons are not finished.
Tetrium Beam 1, yeah.
And also unlocked...
Photon Blue?
Yes. See, the icons are a bit broken. If you save that now...
Save... There we go.
You also know that the icons for the neutral regular components are in. You can also expect them on the hourglass thing over here.
Oh, that's quite good. Right, so in order to upgrade, I believe I now click nicely. And is it this one here?
Yeah, there we go.
There we go. I did
Normally
play this
it does that automatically, but for some reason it didn't this time.
So let's
the
move the games
set to slow it, by the way. Yeah.
There we go. So that's now been upgraded. I think we'll quickly do the research, build a couple of the other ship types as well. Sound good?
And the engineering.
Frigate ENT. That naming convention, of course, will change.
Also, completely not still placeholder at all.
Research complete. Right, that research.
Mind you, it's interesting though. If you look at the
go on.
The Bajorans, you will notice that there's a scientific Bajoran uniform on all the scientists.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah, I cannot see them right now. I'll just finish doing this research very, very quickly, and then we'll. Research complete. There we go. All right, we've got our research complete. So here are the science guys.
Yeah, and if you go
much
to
like Bill Nye.
You recruit your admiral people.
Assign leader.
Now if you recruit an admiral, you'll see that they're all red.
Ah, yes.
And the same thing
there
goes
she is,
generals. Generals as well. They have a different thing as well, and then there's. I think if you go to Bajor itself and actually hover over the planet, you'll see all the different uniform variations. Go to surface.
Surface, there we are. Ah, here we are. So we have... Vedic. Vedic Barile.
Yiddick Barile.
Yiddick Barile, yes, of course.
You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yes, I know specifically what you're talking about. We won't discuss it further.
These are very crude paint pictures that Mr. Gul here wants to paint. That may or may not one day get shared with the community.
I think many of them have already been shared with the community. There are some of them on the STA3 page from way back when.
I think the Klingon lady one is there with the little.
No. We didn't share that. We didn't share that one. We felt like it was too crass.
Did we share the pug boat?
Yes. We shared Get This Pug Moving.
Oh yeah, that was it.
The IKS Pug Boat. There were a couple of others as well. I
think I very occasionally
I can't tolerate coding anymore, so I get on MS Paint and just amuse myself. If I can find any of those images, they'll be up on the screen now, guys. If I remember, just so you can see the.
You know that you're now going to make me find them, right?
Yes, yeah. If you could send them to me once we've finished recording, I'll be sure to include them in the video. Ladies and gentlemen, I do expect a compliment on my artistic talent. Right, let's build some ships.
Let's build some ships. I was just about to say, let's build some bloody ships. Also, in Bajoran traditions, the Bajoran people have -8 food, so as they should.
As they should.
Cash.
Oh, cash.
Cash and energy credits are the same thing.
They're not. Why would you say that?
No wonder, really. The Bajorans have 0 food production on the planet.
Okay, and is instant build still on?
I think so, yes. It does carry on between games.
Awesome! So we'll have a frigate. Oh, a destroyer, a cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a battleship, and then it's instant.
Instant build. You might want to finish research. Instant build is not a correct command.
Oh.
Instant build.
Yeah, thanks. Yay!
Construction complete.
Look, Bajor suddenly can do things.
Bajor.
The Alpha Quadrant.
I know it's finished its queue. Let's take a look at them. Alright, we can see, you may recognise some of these designs from SDA3. I think a lot of these were originally made by, was it Kopfenjäger?
Yes, they are. They're all except for one made by Kopfenjäger.
Okay.
The Bajoran Raider, which is used as the corvette and frigate, with different armaments.
I see.
Was built by Connor.
Oh, was it? I didn't know that.
And then the other ships are built by Thingy. And the reason we chose this ship set as one of the generics is because it really was one of the generics.
Oh yeah, and it was all very, very similar to the kind of the Bajoran kind of militia craft, which is this one.
Yes, and well, they're all redresses of one ship in Star Trek. They're all redresses of the Husnock battleship.
Which was that was a redress of something else, wasn't it?
No, battleship was the original. That was the original model, and then they basically reused that for anything because one ship built a model.
Yeah, and as we can see here, they've all got unique design assets. I really like the weathering on the texture to these ships. I always did.
Partly of the thingy color as well, the team color.
Oh, I see. So the team color, without going into too much detail, I presume that the team color is achieved by kind of putting a semi-transparent layer over and kind of dusting it.
Actually, it's basically it's a separate alpha layer that basically says like team color goes here.
Oh, nice. Okay. And that's quite easy to achieve for you, is it?
Yes.
Nice. Right, so here is one fleet. We're gonna do what we did last time and have a really quick fight. My God, Bajor's massive. New Troy. Bajor's massive.
To be fair, the old Troy was a bit too old at this point. You might want to turn off that rally point right now, yeah, before we.
See how I remember things.
Right, 3 corvettes, and then one of the rest.
Fucker. It's the fucker.
Fucker, man.
What a fucker. Oh, why has this only got 710?
Well, you want Bajorans to be as strong as Klingons.
Sorry, close enough. Come on then. Oh, I know why. It's because possibly the different relative strength of the cook. I don't know. Let's speed her up. Hey, where are you going? Alright, here we go.
Hey there, where are you going? Right now it said, let's kill them all.
I don't care about the science ships!
Might want to just right-click on... Yes, I know, we get it when he would. Right-click on that other fleet. That fleet selected.
We're going to go and attack. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it sound like Donkey Kong. Fire! Oh, they still have the chemical rockets equipped. Some of those ships, I can tell.
Oh, here we go. Look at those.
Look, they got blue torpedoes and the blue beams.
Oh, that's awesome. Some of them still have their lasers as well, so this provides us quite a nice light show. And one other thing that you did, and I don't think we had this last time, is you should be able to see, if I slow this right down, the phasers and lasers now have travel.
Yes, they do.
And they didn't have this before, did they? This is a fairly recent addition. Isn't that awesome?
Now, those ships do tend to start to behave weird when you slow the game down.
Oh, do they?
They start to strafe. Oh look, and it's gone. They might want to just set it to normal speed.
I want to watch this guy.
Yeah, this ship is actually some people recognize this was a ship of the Jovis in TNG's episode Ghost Toys, which is where Data was kidnapped by some weird douchebag that wanted to make him a trophy. Data was like, I ain't having none of that.
No.
Nah, mate.
Right, guys, I think we have seen what we need to from this race. I think what we'll do is
more than enough.
we will go back to the main menu. There are another two types that are currently in game, as you can see here.
Yeah.
There is Humanoid 1 and also Humanoid 2. We're not going to show them this episode because I think we've probably already gone on for about 40 minutes.
Have we?
Yeah, we've been going for a while now. So I think that's going to be enough for this episode. In the next episode, which hopefully will come up in the fairly near future, we will show off the other two races right at the start, and then Max and I might do a very small galaxy versus against each other.
Yes, might not seem like a bad idea.
Yeah, I think
there'll probably be a
fun.
Major race that will fight each other, and
I think so.
Hey, maybe we could include maybe we can include the Zindi in there.
Oh, that'd be lovely. It would be lovely to show those guys off. So perhaps one of the major races and the Zindi against each other, maybe?
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Well, look forward to that in the next episode. If you like the idea of that, let us know in the comments. And do
maybe
of course,
the Sulaban will be back in the game at that point.
The Tsulaban. Yeah, I look forward to seeing all the new developments, and I will make a concerted effort to update you guys, as long as you want to be updated, more often on the development of Infinities, because of course I do have Max on Skype and I can bug him anytime.
Oh god.
Oh god, indeed. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for watching this. As I say, if you've enjoyed this, do let us know on the video itself. Max will pop in, or perhaps one of the other developers will pop in and answer any questions that you might have that they're able to answer at the moment. I'll attempt to do the same, and of course you can do the same on their ModDB page and the Paradox forums.
And remember people, 0900, balk a gull.
0900, balk a gull. For now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Gull. Out.